Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. I'm Gav and I'm from Sweet Design, and this week we're going to make another ring. It's a ring core, but this is a little bit different than the last one I did, which was a carbon fibre ring with a black flame opal. So this week it's a porcelain one, porcelain ring, blank. It's 8mm across, and this time we're going to fill it with a nice indigo opal. So hopefully we get that nice greens, pinks, purples in, and it gets a nice shine on it. So, but yeah, these are quite nice and really lovely rings. These porcelain ones. They look quite high end. Do look really pretty sweet, and you've got a lovely shine on them and that already. They're comfortable to wear, but I mean, you know you've got a ring, but it's not too heavy. But it's nice. So we're going to do that. So stay tuned, and we'll show you how we put them together. And if I move that in the light, you can see the beautiful sparkle it gives off. So we'll start to put that. Don't know if you can get it. Don't know if it's focusing. Is it focusing? Yeah. You see those little different colours it gives off. So hopefully when you're wearing it, it'll give you that sparkle on your hand. So we'll get started. So we're going to start off by adding a bit of super glue and then start putting our build up of opal on it to get it fully covered, so it can give off its perfect shine and we get an even coat all round, and that looks pretty smart as it is now. So you just got to try and go with the glue. Sometimes the glue does want to go places where you don't really want it to. And what we'll do is I'll try and keep it under the collar, which is like this bit, the collar. So then when we come to sand it back, polish it, we're not wasting a lot of the opal. It's the last thing you want to be doing, because it's quite an expensive inlay. So we're just giving it a good coat to get the and get an even coat, and the super glue's not helping. We'll pretty much leave that to go off for the time being and let it dry, but as you can see it's already pretty sparkly before we've even finished it, and that's only at first stage, so bear with us. We'll start on second stage. So we've got it glued. What we're going to do is I'm going to sand it down, try and get the most of it down to the collar so it stays in. Just get this don't know what I call it, so like just over ridge, so it's higher than the actual ridge. So that's what you want to do, is you want to get your material to just go above this ridge so you can sand it back. If we miss a bit, what we'll do is sand it down and see where we miss a bit. So from sanding aspects, I go from a 180 or a 120 all up to a 3000, and these are just pads which I got from a round orbital sander. So let's give it a go. Also, sometimes I use is a piece of wood, flat piece of wood, and all I do is just stick some sandpaper to it. I think this is 120. So like I say, it's starting to come down. That obviously is sitting over your collar, so you just need to take that bit down and stuff, so you can actually do it by hand, just by turning it, and a bit of a stick, like I say, with some sandpaper stuck to it. Works perfectly as good as a file, and you can get different, you can stick different grades to it, different grades of paper, sandpaper, so you can actually just get in there. Like I say, you can take the excess off quite simply. You don't need to have a lathe either. You can do it by hand in like a soft vise, in a soft drawed vise. You could do it like that. What we do is just, like I say, just getting the excess off, try and get it in between those collars. Like obviously there you can see it's a bit lower, so what we'll do is we'll just get to that point, and what we'll do is clean it down, and pretty much it's quite as easy as that really. It's because when you're buffering it up with your sandpapers, you'll get so it doesn't matter about these collars if you sand into them, because we'll buff all that, we'll buff all the scratches out and that. This is porcelain, so it's quite a durable ring collar. I think that is pretty much us in the collar, so I'll just put there. I think that is pretty much us done on that aspect. So what we've just got to go through is obviously these bits. So what we'll do is we'll glue them, I don't know if you can see it, you can glue them bits in. I think it's there, a little bit shinier, so it obviously ain't tuck there. So we'll glue that bit in and let that go off wherever I put my up. But you see, just a little bit of super glue makes it absolutely sparkly. So we'll leave that to go off, and we'll come back and we'll clean it and polish it. Back, and we've filled and sanded it again to make sure that we get everything. So what we're doing is just checking, nice and shiny. So what we'll do is we'll do the polishing. So just a bit of tissue paper. some polish. There we go. One lovely polished opal ring. We'll take it off and then we'll see if there's any glue on side, sand that down, so on and so on, and polish it. So I will get off the lathe. So what we're doing is just polishing on the inside. I've sanded it down on sides, gone through my grits again, just make sure it's all nice, no rough bits, no scratchy bits at all. So then just put it through polish again. Like I say, just a bit of tissue, give it a good polish really. Sorry, it's great, keeps on going out of focus. Sorry, I do apologise. But yeah, so and that's the inside, which is mega shiny. Got the sides. Sweet.